I've been reselling for 3.5 years, and here are some of the worst challenges I've had to overcome when it came to reselling. So, personally, for me, the worst challenges I've had to overcome is customer returns. When I first started reselling, I did have an increased amount of returns from customers for different reasons. And the problem was I wasn't testing my games before sending out because I didn't have the necessary consoles. And as a game reseller, this is absolutely critical. So, what I do recommend is getting every single console you can possibly get and keeping them in storage until you have a certain game that comes into your possession and you need to test. This is also similar when actually photographing the product. I kid you not, make sure you take photos of absolutely everything. I'm talking about inside the inlay, the disc, the manual, inside the manual, the front cover, the back cover, absolutely everything. Because the more photos you have, more evidence you have that you sent the game in perfectly working condition. Second problem that most resellers will encounter is cash flow issues. And guys, I do this part time. I have a full-time job, so I get a wage from there, and I also get earnings from reselling. And I kid you not, it is possibly the best thing I've ever chosen to do because I have the time to do reselling part time and my job full time as well. And this is perfect for cash flow because I get paid for my salary, and I can use some of the salary I get from my main job into reselling, and I catapult from there, reinvest the profits from my reselling into more reselling, eventually gaining enough cash flow to a point where I'm not worried about that anymore. I know a lot of people want to go into reselling full time, but unfortunately, it does require patience and it does require time. So please don't rush into reselling and trying to do it full time because it can be a pain when it comes to cash flow and you put a lot of pressure on yourself. So take your time with it, do it part time while you're working, and build up that cash flow very steadily. Lastly, when it comes to picking a niche, I know a lot of resellers like to be a jack of all trades and sell absolutely everything, which is great. But if you narrow down on one niche, such as video games like myself, you will be ahead of the competition. So if you go to these car boot sales, you go to these chat shops, you can have a quick scan of the video games and you can tell if they're good or not just by looking instead of actually going on your phone, pricing them up. I only recommend branching out into different niches when you've got enough experience in your specific niche because you'll be ahead of the competition. So when it comes to vintage sniping and Facebook market pickups, you will know exactly what sells and what doesn't sell, putting you ahead of the competition and allowing you to get those easy deals. Guys, hopefully that's helped you out. Make sure you drop a follow and a like. Appreciate you guys.